Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com. I'm on Twitter, on Facebook, and YouTube live right now. Let me know if you have any questions or comments after reading my latest forecast at CWG.news/latest. We're focused on the severe weather potential tomorrow. These could be one or two lines of storms, could be broken storms that kind of go around DC at one point or another tomorrow, but there's enough of a chance for storms that will pack a punch tomorrow, and even a slight chance on Tuesday that we need to really stay weather aware Monday and if not Tuesday as well this week. Have more than one weather source to consult tomorrow just so that you are ahead of things if storms do develop near you. I want you to be able to have a plan to quickly execute to make sure you're safe in the event of severe storms. We're going to go into all the details shortly. Here's kind of the precipitation. It moves in maybe late tonight. Oh, hey, Econ on Twitter, you're most welcome. Cheers, Mark, to you as well. But we've got the next 48 hours, one if not two chances of severe storms Monday evening and again Tuesday evening. I'm showing you the pattern, the texture to this potential rain over the next 48 hours. The front is still well to our west tomorrow, but we expect enough instability with heat and humidity. Really, you can feel it in the DC region right now. That could be some of the main ingredients to set off some strong storms tomorrow. Again, we're not pulling all the alarms. We're giving you context to call me, let you know that we do want to, in a measured way, look at being weather aware tomorrow and if not Tuesday as well. Chances are not super high for severe weather, but there are probably someone in the region tomorrow is going to see some severe weather. Here is my latest forecast at CWG.news/latest. Hello, Peter. Hello, David. Hope you're doing well. Charlene, hello, and Maria, Renee, Ruth Elisa. Tuesday looks like you might be in better shape than having a doctor appointment on Monday, Ruth Elisa. And the winds could be bad, Debbie. We'll talk about that in a second. That is the main severe weather threat. And Rudak on Twitter, I don't think we'll necessarily have explosive thunderstorm development, but we do have a decent, probable enough chance. Here in the orange shading is the highest chance. It's called enhanced from the Storm Prediction Center. That is a 3 out of 5 chance on the severe storm scale that we do see broadly, categorically speaking, severe weather tomorrow. That's approximately 60% chance. Let's go into the details, which I have the threat. The first threat that could happen tomorrow, this is from highest to lowest probability. So the highest chance of a severe weather threat issue tomorrow. Hello, Eminem Collecting. Happy Sunday to you as well on Twitter. Thanks for tuning in. We're focused on winds in the mid-Atlantic tomorrow. Damaging winds, Debbie, could be at or above 58 miles per hour. That is the primary issue we see from these storms tomorrow, would be damaging wind gusts. Hello to you as well, Lucky. Thanks for tuning in. And we've got also the next threat is hail. This is now a little less probable than damaging wind gusts above 57 miles per hour, but large hail looks like we have a rare atmosphere setup tomorrow, atmospheric setup for the potential for large hail. This could cause damage. These hailstones could be with cold pockets in the atmosphere above us tomorrow. These thunderstorms could access this cold air and bring down with some of the downdrafts some large hailstones. So please keep that in mind. We don't want you to be surprised if you see some large hailstones tomorrow. David, we'll get to the slight probability of tornadoes in a second as well. Let me put this back up here so we go into the third of 4 threats for severe weather issues tomorrow. Our menu also includes flooding downpours, unfortunately. C. Duello, I'm sorry, it's the first day of summer camp, but we do have the flooding downpour potential tomorrow. This could bring flash flooding. A quick inch of rain is all it takes to have flooded pathways forward. Remember, turn around, don't drown, and never cross a flooded area, please. The fourth and final aspect to our severe weather threat tomorrow, tornadoes. 2% chance, 3-4% chance of a tornado is possible tomorrow. So far, nothing powerful tornado or long-lasting tornado is in the books, but it is something we need to keep an eye on because, of course, almost every day around the year in the D.C. area, we have a 0% chance of tornadoes. So this is a huge increase, relatively speaking, for tornado chance tomorrow. We need to just take this seriously, even if it's a small, weak tornado. 2, 3, 4% chance in the green shaded areas that we could see a small tornado develop. and most likely a small tornado. All right, yes, so much to talk about. I'm sorry to keep stammering here, but Tuesday is also the chance for severe storms east of town, less likely to be super strong, fewer severe storm threats, but it's something to be aware of, 5, maybe 10% chance of severe weather continuing on Tuesday, especially east of town. All right, let's take a pause for a moment. Let me catch up on your comments. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube here. Make sure you're following us on our social media channels. Thanks for CD or seeing you on Twitter. And I've got David answering your questions, Ruth Lisa on Facebook as well. Pollen is low, luckily, just doing a quick allergy check. I'm feeling a little bit better this week on that. I hope you are as well. All right, so Debbie, we talked about the winds, potentially damaging wind gusts tomorrow. Edward, if you can stay home tomorrow afternoon and evening, that would be a good call. Thanks for chiming in from Twitter. Yep, Michael, if you are excited about thunderstorms, we do have them tomorrow. I just wish I could have them be non-severe so we don't have any risk of damage or threats from wind, hail, flooding, and even a slight chance for a tornado. So max DCA flight around 3 p.m. has a decent chance of being relatively on time tomorrow. We'll just have to see as we get closer. These are moving from west to east tomorrow, coming out of the Blue Ridge, perhaps developing west of the Blue Ridge, like around noon, perhaps early there. All right, so Julia, commute safely tomorrow. Please make sure before you continue your long commute, you know what's on radar. Have all of you please have more than one weather source, even though we want you to, of course, follow us at CapitalWeatherGang.com tomorrow. Have a weather radio activated, have Twitter activated. We're not offended in a severe weather situation that you have more than one weather source. That is the safest way to keep you informed and able to take action tomorrow to stay safe. Paul, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Rick, indeed, it's been a chilly start to summer in a relative sense, but near normal temperatures expected for most of the summer. It'll just feel a little bit less hot than usual from our previous summers. So Karen, mid-afternoon into mid-evening is the highest chance for our severe storms tomorrow. Diane, good question, is there as well for the timing. Noon to 4 along and just east of the Blue Ridge, but those move from the Piedmont over toward us, maybe perhaps as early as 4 p.m. tomorrow, and then lingering east of us because these are moving west to east over in the south and east of town near the bay, 9, 10 p.m. Severe storms could last later tomorrow. Julia, you're most welcome. Hey, James, indeed. Look at the TDCA radar tomorrow, and we've also got TIAD radar. Use the extended range if you need to as well. That's great. Lori, the drought is not over. Let's cover that really quick since I did prepare that. Rain totals looking good over the next 7 days. I wish we could get a little bit more spread out there. But, yep, some flash flooding is possible and a couple downpours tomorrow, maybe east of town Tuesday as well. But we could use this inch or two of rain in the next 7 days, our rainfall deficit in the last 14 days. We're starting to fill in the hole just a little bit. Greens and blues are exactly what we want to see. We've got more drought to dent. We have made a small dent in it, but unfortunately we've gotten into a very D2 level, kind of in the middle of the scale for droughts there, northwest of DC and north of town as well. So we need more rain focused in much of the region, especially there as well. And of course, the dew point scale, we're feeling pretty darn gross recently. We should, as this cold front moves through Tuesday night, we should feel better at the middle, kind of Wednesday onward into this week. And air quality hanging in there for the most part. Smoke is not a major concern this week. Tropics are generally quiet. Cindy is out there, not affecting land as we are looking into the tropics really quickly there. All right, forecast at a glance, focused on severe weather threat for tomorrow, if not Tuesday as well, but Monday has the higher probability and more threats potentially, which we'll get into in a second. I'm Camden Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com on the air another 10 minutes or so. My latest forecast at CWG.news/latest. Follow us all day tomorrow if you can. Help to stay weather aware for yourself at CapitalWeatherGang.com. And we've got Julia chiming in. Thanks for tuning in. And Eric, need more rain? Yes, indeed. Paul, wow, 1.5 inches in Percival. That's great. And Lydia, derecho does not look like it's in the cards tomorrow. We're actually looking at the precipitation pattern. Let me show you one aspect here to calm. All of us have had the derecho happened in 2012, right around this, I think tomorrow. Is that true in my brain? I'm trying to remember that for sure. But we all still have a little bit of the hypervigilance after that derecho. So Lydia, the good news is the lines of storms that might move through look fairly broken, not derecho-like. We're not seeing a high signal for that, but plenty of other threats that I want to get into. Here it is, broadly speaking, the severe weather threat, about a 60% chance in this orange shading tomorrow that we see some severe weather in the region. It is not a slam dunk that everyone in the region is going to see severe weather, thank goodness. But we want to calmly and measuredly tell you that while we don't see all of the strongest signals across the weather dashboard, if you will, lighting up for severe weather tomorrow, this is a very decent probable chance, enough so that we want you to be advised and inform yourself tomorrow and stay weather aware, especially tomorrow afternoon and evening. That is where the greatest timing is for these strong storms. The first threat I want to talk about is the highest probability threat tomorrow. It's damaging wind gusts above 57 miles per hour, especially here in the dark pink, dark salmon color. There's at least a 30% chance of damaging wind gusts above 57 miles per hour. The next highest likelihood for a threat of severe weather tomorrow, another ingredient on our list, is hail, large hail. At least a 15% chance here in the yellow that we see a large hailstones fly out of some of these stronger storms tomorrow. So please be aware that's also unusual for our region. And we've got the third of 4 threats tomorrow, excessive rainfall. These are flooding downpours potentially, at least a 15% chance in the yellow of seeing flooding downpours. So please remember, possible tomorrow, turn around, do not drown, never cross a flooded area in front of you. Please turn around and don't drown. And the fourth and final threat is the least threat, thank goodness. Small, weak, short-lived tornadoes are possible tomorrow. That is the only good news I have, is that we're not expecting strong tornadoes or long-lasting, long-distance tornadoes, but 2, 3, 4% chance of a tornado in the green shading here is much, much higher than the 0% we see almost every day of the year, 0% chance for tornadoes in the D.C. region. So we do have a setup tomorrow that I just want you to be considering. I want you to be weather aware tomorrow. No need to be hypervigilant, no need to be anxious. But again, on Tuesday, there's a slight chance, especially east of town, for severe weather to continue. We just got to get this cold front out of here, and it does indeed. Ardak, we have steep lapse rates above and a cold pocket of air that could produce tomorrow as well, large hailstones. So we're going to watch all of these ingredients tomorrow, all of these severe weather threats, and we're going to take a break really quick just to make sure I've caught up on your questions and comments. I'm Cameron Walker for CapitalWeatherGang.com, our weekly Sunday Sunset Live Q&A. Thanks for joining me. We are at our latest, I think now, 8:37 p.m. By a few seconds, if not a few minutes, slowly as we go through the summer, we'll be talking earlier and earlier, but thanks for tuning in on this late evening hour, relatively speaking, our latest times sunsets of the year. Pollen is behaving itself, so I hope allergy sufferers, you're feeling better. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Particularly Twitter is important tomorrow at Capital Weather. We'll keep you posted on the radars that are currently functioning in the region. We'll make sure we watch those for you tomorrow, and we'll keep you posted. All right, yep. David, I think as of now I'd lean toward a severe thunderstorm watch being fairly likely tomorrow, but stay tuned. Yes, there is that chance, 2, 3, 4% chance of a weak, short-lived tornado in the region as well. James, I don't think we're going to have too much of a training issue with storms tomorrow. It's more a focused downpour, somewhat slow-moving storms could put down a quick inch tomorrow, and that's why we have a flooding threat. Oh, Charlene has some good news. Her garden is doing better in the last 5 days with rain. Derecho was 11 years ago. Today or tomorrow, Laura? Yes, indeed. It was scary, but I don't want to have anyone with hypervigilance or anxiety. This is not a slam dunk scenario with the potential for severe weather tomorrow, but 60% chance of us in the region in the orange shading here seeing a strong severe storm. And we do have a wide menu of severe weather threats coming from these potential strong to severe storms tomorrow. So please keep that in mind as well. All right, I think I've caught up. And rainfall averages, Chris, we're still a little bit behind, and I'll try, if you can hang on, I'll go into that in a minute after one more run-through of our severe weather potential tomorrow and slightly on Tuesday. So here, my latest forecast at CWG.news/latest. We are focused on the severe weather threat for tomorrow and slight chance for more severe weather, especially east of town on Tuesday. No need to be hypervigilant or anxious about this tomorrow. but we want you to be weather aware and calmly have plan Bs and stay tuned to more than one weather source tomorrow just so you can keep yourself safe. It is a little bit unusual to see this high of a chance for severe weather in DC, but again, it's not a slam dunk. It is not guaranteed that we see a line or two of severe storms, but it is worth going down what could happen tomorrow. Our menu of severe weather threats begins with damaging wind. That's the highest probability we see damaging wind gusts in these strong severe storms tomorrow. 57 miles per hour or higher gusts bring damage potentially from these storms. Our next item, a little lower down on the probability list, is hail. Large hail is possible tomorrow, at least a 15% chance in the yellow shading here. And that's unusual. We have a very cold pocket of air above the mid-Atlantic that these could be pulling down some cold air with some hailstones. So M&M, we could have a little bit more widespread rain than today. We're expecting numerous showers and storms, some of which could become severe. There's a decent probability that we do see severe storms tomorrow. Our third and out of four threats tomorrow is for flooding downpours. So we could see at least a 15% chance of flash flooding from a quick inch of rain from some of these downpours tomorrow with these storms. Now thank goodness, the least threat tomorrow, or four main threats from these strong severe storms tomorrow, are tornadoes. 2, 3, 4% chance of tornadoes tomorrow. That's luckily not too high. We think there'll be short-lived tornadoes if we see any, and weak tornadoes. So we can't rule it out that one or two tornadoes develop in the region tomorrow, but the good news is nothing long-lasting or too strong. So Kim, you're most welcome. I want everyone to stay calm and just digest this information. It's not guaranteed we all see severe weather tomorrow, but again on Tuesday, a slight chance, especially east of town, that we do see some strong severe storms as well. All right, here it is, your forecast at a glance. The week does calm down after this cold front moves through on Tuesday. So let's just be weather aware for Monday especially, and a little bit on Tuesday as well, with the strong to severe storm potential east of town still kind of there in the region. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, lower chances of rain. We could see some calmer weather, especially on Thursday, and less humidity, less heat, so it should be a little more comfortable as well. So we'll get through the severe weather threat tomorrow and a little bit of the slight chance on Tuesday as well. So let's go into, for another 3 minutes I'm on the air, let's run through really quickly what it looks like tomorrow for the severe weather threat. It is, as a pattern of rain goes, this is one the European model thinks it could be a broken line or two of rain. We could see the quote-unquote DC split, which may spare us from some of the strongest storms hitting DC. But there's just too much instability and heat and humidity in the atmosphere to ignore the severe weather threat tomorrow. We've got latest forecast there. I wrote the PM update at CWG.news/latest, and you'll see the morning forecast from me as well. I'll go into all of this again tomorrow morning. It'll publish at 5 a.m. But here in the orange shading is at least a 60% chance of severe storms tomorrow, 3 out of 5 on the Storm Prediction Center scale. Now let's dig a little deeper onto the details of what is on the menu for the severe weather threats tomorrow. That's lack of a better term. The first and main highest probability threat are damaging wind gusts at or above 58 miles per hour. Then we have the potential for large hail. And now this one's a little unusual. There's a cold pocket of air that these taller thunderstorms can access potentially tomorrow. And then with downdrafts bringing down larger hailstones, we could see some damage from hail tomorrow as well. But luckily, 15, 20, 25% chance, not a super high chance, but definitely worth mentioning. All of these are unusual high probabilities in a relative sense for the DC area. At least a 15% chance of flooding downpours tomorrow, so please remember, turn around, don't drown. Never cross a flooded area in front of you. Turn around, don't drown, please. And then I want to mention a tornado or two are possible. 2, 3, 4% chance of a tornado tomorrow. Now, don't be alarmed. We currently think nothing too strong, nothing long-lasting in a long-track tornado by any means at this time, but it's so unusual to see a tornado chance in D.C. It's worth flagging this as well. Even if we do see a severe storm watch posted tomorrow, there is an outside chance of a tornado, and you might see a tornado warning near you, so just make sure you have shelter, go, if you don't have a basement, the basement is the best option, but be on interior rooms of your house, away from windows if you don't have a basement and you are suddenly under a tornado warning, so keep that in mind as well. And then, of course, not to wear you out too much. I don't want weather awareness fatigue, but east of town, especially on Tuesday, we do see a slight chance of severe storms there as well. All right, I am signing off for now. We will keep you posted at capitalweathergang.com. I'm Camden Walker, wishing you safety for Monday and a little bit Tuesday, with a slight chance even into Tuesday of severe weather. But we will indeed watch this tomorrow. We'll keep you posted as best we can. My latest forecast at CWG.news/latest, and we will easily get through this severe weather threat tomorrow, and if not, a little bit on Tuesday as well. Nicer, calmer, less hot, less humid weather is coming in on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which we will have earned by then. So take care, and I'm sorry all the comments and questions I could not get to tonight, but hopefully I touched on all the key themes so you can stay weather aware and safe tomorrow. Best regards to all of you, and stay safe. Bye.